Hola a todos, ¿cómo están? Estamos con una entrevista aquí en Rock and Pop, una muy esperada, por supuesto, porque ya sabemos que se viene el debut de Kula Shaker aquí, tanto en Santiago como en Concepción. Los vamos a tener tocando en la Blondie y también en el festival REC. Estamos con Crispian Mills, vocalista y guitarrista de la banda. Vamos a empezar a preguntarle justamente sobre su debut en nuestro país y también sobre su ya nuevo álbum. Crispian, thank you very much for this interview. First of all, this is your debut here in Chile. Lots of people have been waiting for you since the 90s. And we want to ask you what you know about our country and what message would you like to send to your Chilean fans?
Thank you so much. Yeah, we're really excited. Now and again, we kept seeing messages on social media. We kept seeing messages saying, come to Chile, come to Chile. Mm-hmm. And we always mentioned, like, oh, is there any plans to get into the Southern Hemisphere? There was also plans, you know, people were inviting us to Australia, and it was always just a struggle to get that far and to make it back, and to not you know, to basically to afford to do it. And
because this is the first time you're coming to South America, right?
Yeah, South America and the Southern Hemisphere, actually. I think, you know, so it was, yeah, everyone's really excited. Actually, we know a little bit about Chile from history and geography, but we have never been there. So you don't know a country till you meet the people. Mm-hmm. And so it's a big adventure for us. We're really excited.
Great. We're really expecting you, so we hope you have a good time here. You've said that Kula Shaker has first and foremost been a live band, and that the meaning of K, your debut album, is understood after seeing you play live. But listening to your new album, the first Congregational Church of Eternal Love and Free Hugs, I must say this is a record that I would absolutely love to hear you live play it, but also to have it in my collection of records, you know, like to listen it over and over again while the vinyl moves. With that in mind, I ask you, what are we going to see in your two shows here in Chile, in Blondie, in Santiago, and then when you go to Concepción to play at the REC Festival?
Well, we always mix our tunes up. We always mix up the new and the old. And we never had a problem with the songs that we wrote as kids, that we played from the very beginning of our musical life. Songs like Govinda, you know, that's been with us from day one. We never had a problem playing those. I know that some performers, they don't want to play the old stuff, but we only have good memories, and the music still feels fresh. So as long as that joy is there, as long as we're still enjoying playing, then it will stay in the set. And our main appreciation of playing live is that feeling of the Congregational Church of Eternal Love is actually kind of a name for the concerts as well, when people come together and you know, unite, and it's a bit of a cliche, but for Kula Shaker, it's very real and it's very true. And that's really what our shows are about. Something, a little bit of magic when people come together.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, you just told us a little bit about your new album. How do we need to understand the journey of listening to it? Because we have like some priest in church speaking. We also have some women in the end. So what is the concept of this new album, and how do we need to understand it and to listen to it?
Yeah, it's a very English character as well, because in you know, in much of the Catholic world, for instance, the churches are big and grand, and the ritual is very sacred and ancient, and it's a different culture. And in England, the churches are very old but small, and the priest rides in on a bicycle, and we felt that it was a good sort of little story, because he is talking about there is a war in heaven between the angels
And Lucifer.
and Lucifer, and he's talking about these big cosmic ideas, and there is a storm raging of lightning and thunder, but actually they're in this tiny little church and they're worrying about the leak in the roof and the water dripping down on their heads. And I think everybody feels like that. Actually, there's such big problems in the world that everyone is constantly told about. We're all told to be scared for war, scared for the end of the world in some form. But actually, all we can deal with is our own small lives and our connection with the people that we love. That's really our area of influence. And on all this other stuff, it's just there to try and send you crazy. So I liked the idea of the small story being just as important as the big cosmic story. And ultimately, it becomes a comedy at that point.
Yes. Great. And what were the musical influences behind the album?
Well, we are very much a band that has listened to a lot of 60s records.
A lot of the Beatles.
Let's just be honest about that. We're 60s junkies, but you know, we like a bit of funk, and we like this, you know, different decades have a lot to offer. But our grail, our holy, our sacred space is where, you know, in the mid to late 60s, where, you know, classic songwriting and experimental playing came together. And I think it's the mixture of songs and performance that we get excited about. And that's more what we do live. We play a little bit more into the songs. We don't just copy them. I once saw a very big band who I won't mention their name, Coldplay. I mean, I won't mention their name, but they were an amazing live band, but it felt very much like the record, but just big. And I think I always love to hear a band play their songs a little bit different. It's a little bit of a different interpretation of those songs.
It's the magic of playing live.
Yeah.
A song that blew my mind of the album was 108 Ways to Leave Your Narcissist, with your music embracing a phrase that may be a cliche, but it's really true. Love is blind. What was the inspiration? What is the meaning of this song? And does it have a connection with Paul Simon's 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover?
Yes, it is a play on words, and it's an homage and a nod to Paul Simon. I think, you know, somebody very close to me was breaking up a relationship with somebody who was emotionally draining and emotionally destructive, and nothing made sense. Constant conversations going round and round in circles, and just leaving the other person feeling desperate. And you realize, oh, actually, this is not confusion. This is somebody has a personality disorder. And when you get into what narcissists are, then you understand what a toxic personality is, what a toxic relationship is when it's there. They just want to make you weak, and they want to feed off your pain, and they want to feed off your emotional exhaustion. And it's a frightening thing to realize that somebody is actually that damaged. So that love is blind. Yes, love is blind because it doesn't judge. But also there's that kind of romantic love where you lie to yourself about the other person. And so you need to find out which one is healthy and one is loving, and the other one is codependency.
Exactly. What is your personal favorite song of these new albums?
Well, they're all quite different, you know. I think you can look at the Kula Shaker albums as a strength or a weakness, that we always change styles actually a lot for me, I like albums with that diverse sound and performance. I'm against it. It's a lot of fun to play live. But I love the epic scope of some of the big tracks like After the Fall and Burning Down. I like you can have a 2.5-minute pop song and a 7-minute epic on the same album. It's always good fun.
Bumblebee.
Bumblebee, yeah. It depends what mood you're in, I think.
Okay. Going a bit back, and you mentioned this song. One of your most known hits is Govinda, a song that is a sacred mantra, and that you've said when you see your audience engaged to it, chanting it, it's overwhelming. Can you explain to us the meaning of this mantra of Govinda, and how did you come to include it in a song? In other words, what is the origin of this song?
Well, we played the song since we were kids because we used to hang out with the Hare Krishna devotees, and Govinda is one of the names of Krishna as a cowherd boy. And I think it doesn't matter what your tradition is, what your roots are in spiritual roots, to sing the names of God. God is infinite. God has unlimited, infinite names, and this is one of the prescribed names of God. So if you sing, and also God as a beautiful, young, playful boy, who's looking after the cows, and it's so enchanting. And if you chant it and you sing it, it definitely gives you a rush, just like playing music gives you a rush, and then you have a spiritual energy on top of that. It's really good fun, and anybody, and you can do it. It's actually yoga. So when you do a gig like that and everybody chants, it's kind of like mass yoga.
Mass yoga magic.
Yeah, it is. It's good fun.
Maybe this is an obvious question too, but I need to ask you, why and how did you come up to do the cover of Hush?
It was a high energy hit. We used to play it if a gig was ever needed a little bit of extra boost. We used to play Hush, and we always kind of had it up our sleeve. And we recorded it as just a Christmas little special. It wasn't on an album. It turned out to be our biggest hit, or one of our biggest hits, all over the world. So it was a big surprise that we would have that was one of the songs we were known for. It's just supposed to be something in between K and Peasants, Pigs and Astronauts, which was our second album.
Great. A message that you would like to say to your Chilean fans?
We're really excited to come. Thank you I'm sorry it's taken so long, actually. That's the main thing, but better late than never. That's the message.
Okay, great. And finally, this year, Rock and Pop, our radio station, is turning 30. We're going to do a big fest out of it. So I would like to ask you if you could please send a greeting, presenting yourself, saying you're part of Kula Shaker, and sending a happy birthday message.
Yeah, and the name of the station is
Rock and Pop.
Just Rock and Pop.
Yeah.
Do you want me to do something now?
Yeah, if you can.
Hello, this is Crispian Mills wishing Rock and Pop a happy 30th birthday. You don't look a day over 40.
Thank you. And can you do just one more greeting saying, hi, I'm Crispian Mills of Kula Shaker, and you're listening to Rock and Pop.
Hello, this is Crispian Mills of Kula Shaker, and you are listening to Rock and Pop.
Thank you very much. We really hope to see you here. You have a blast. The Chilean fans are really waiting for you. It's been really a long time.
I can't wait. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you very much. Bye.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.